Hello everybody, my name is Shalini Ulaganathan. My metric ID is D2019209242. My lecturer's name is Madam Rosita Yahaya. In this video is about law of thermodynamics. So what are the contents? As you guys know, if you have never heard of thermodynamics before, well actually there are four main laws in thermodynamics, which are Zeroth law, first law, second law and third law of thermodynamics. But in this video, throughout this whole video, I will be explaining a few things that you have to know related to first law of thermodynamics. Okay, so our video is mainly about first law. So what are the things that I will be covering in this video? Well, actually there are three important things, which is first concept and explanation of first law of thermodynamics, examples or applications of first law of thermodynamics, and the third one will be questions and answer. We will be having a very short and brief Q&A session at the end of this video. Okay, the first one will be concept and explanation of first law of thermodynamics. Okay, first law of thermodynamics is also known as law of conservation of energy. First law of thermodynamics is also known as law of conservation of energy. Energy, the main very important thing you have to know about first law of thermodynamics is energy can neither be created nor destroyed. What does that mean? Energy cannot be created or cannot be destroyed. Okay, energy can be only transformed from one form to another form. The principle of conservation of energy says that whenever energy enters a system, it must either leave the system in some way or change the energy of the system. So it means that energy won't disappear just like that. When an energy is there, it won't disappear. It cannot be created and it cannot be destroyed. But energy can be only transferred from one form to another form. If you are not very clear at that part, it's okay, don't worry. I will later on, when I explain to you about the examples, then you'll get a better idea. So energy can enter and leave in a system in any of the three ways, which is as a form of work, as a form of heat, or by adding or removing mass from the system, because all mass possesses energy. So energy, the very important thing is energy cannot be destroyed, energy cannot be created, energy can be transformed from one form to another form, and first law of thermodynamics is also known as law of conservation of energy. So the total change in an internal energy of a system is the sum of the heat added to it and the work done on it. The main is a basic main formula that you have to know in first law of thermodynamics is delta U is equals to Q minus W. If you are wondering what is delta U, what is Q, what is W, don't worry. Okay, delta U is known as internal energy. What does internal energy means? Internal energy is the sum of total molecular kinetic energy and total molecular potential energy. So this is the definition of internal energy. What is Q? Well, Q is heat. What is W? W is work, and work is measured in joules. That's the unit of work. Okay, this formula is also known as conservation of energy formula. The most important thing that you have to know, when will be the Q in has to be positive, when the Q will have a positive sign or negative sign, when work will be a positive sign or a negative sign. Well, when it is a Q in, the sign has to be a positive sign. When it is a Q out, it has to be a negative sign. When work is done by the system, the sign that you have to use is positive sign. When work is done on the system, the sign has to be a negative sign. So let me explain in detail. Okay, when heat is added to the system, the Q is more than 0, so Q is a positive. When heat is transferred out of the system, the Q has to be less than 0, so Q will be a negative. It has to be a negative sign. When work is done by the system, then W is positive, so it has to be more than 0. When work is done on the system, then W is less than 0, so W has to be a negative sign. Okay, now imagine putting all of them, the Q and W, together. So when heat is added to the system, meaning heat is added to the system and work is done by the system, both has to have a positive sign. So Q is more than 0 and W is more than 0. When heat is transferred out of the system, the Q has to be less than 0. As you can see, when heat is transferred out of the system, Q is negative. And then when work is done on the system is negative. So both Q and W will have a value less than 0. So both has to be negative. Okay, work done on reversible process of ideal gas. Okay, there are three main things you have to know. What is the formula you have to use, how to calculate and all that on work done on reversible process of ideal gas. There are main three processes that you have to know: isobaric process, isochoric process and isothermal process. What does these processes mean? Well, you have to know the definition. Isobaric process means it is a constant pressure. When in a question it is stated that this system this process has an isobaric process, then you automatically know that the pressure is constant. There is no P2 value, there will be only one P value, or sometimes they won't have any P value at all. Okay, so the formula that you have to use is W is equals to negative P times with change in volume. Okay, V2 minus V1. So the isochoric process. What does isochoric process means? Isochoric process is a constant volume process. For example, in a question it is stated that this process is an isochoric process, then you have to automatically know that it is a constant volume process. So you have to do the right thing. You have to make the V is equals to 0. Okay, the formula is dW is equals to negative PdV. So the V is equals to constant, so the change in volume is equals to 0. There is no change in volume. So you have to substitute the dV is equals to 0. So negative P times 0 is actually 0. So the work is equals to 0 for isochoric process. Then isothermal process. Isothermal process is a constant temperature process. The temperature is maintained and as same throughout the process. So the formula is W is equals to negative PdV. The P is equals to nRT over V. You have to substitute this nRT over V over here, and then you have to derive this formula. So negative nRT, you have to substitute this value in this P, pressure, dV, and then W is equals to negative nRT dV over V. So the formula is W is equals to, the last formula that you will be receiving is that W is equals to negative nRT ln V2 over V1, or W is equals to negative nRT ln P1 over P2. In a question, when V1 and V2 is stated but pressure is not given, then you have to use this formula. When in another question, example for this isothermal process, volume is not stated but only the pressure is given, then you have to use this formula. So it depends on the question. Okay, what information they have given to you, what formula you have to use based on the question or the information that is given, that is provided. Okay, now we will be looking into the examples and applications that applies first law of thermodynamics. So we'll be looking into electrical appliances, nozzles, diffusers and diesel engines. So the first example is electrical appliances. The energy is transformed from one form to another form. In home appliances like fan, mixer, grinder, the electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. Here the energy is transformed from one form to another form. Okay, you guys a fan is something that you guys encounter on a daily basis every single day. Fan, light, mixer, grinder, the cooking utensils and all that. So it is something that the energy is not just created like that, and it is not destroyed, it doesn't disappear, but the electrical energy is actually converted into mechanical energy. When you switch on the fan, the electrical energy will convert the energy into mechanical energy later on. When you flip on the switch of a lamp, the light energy is converted the electrical energy is converted into light energy. When you flip on the switch of the light, the lamp, the electrical energy that is in it will be converted into light energy, which provides light for us. Okay, there are so many things that we will be encountering regarding first law of thermodynamics in our daily life, and as long as you understand the concept, then you know where it is being applied. Okay, so the next we will look into the second example. Okay, plants. Life itself depends on the biological transfer of energy. Through photosynthesis, plants absorb solar energy from the sun and use this energy to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. Photosynthesis takes in one form of energy, which is light energy, and converts it into another form, which is chemical potential energy, which is also known as glucose or other carbohydrates. Okay, as you know, plants actually uses the light energy. It absorbs light energy or solar energy from the sun and converts that energy into a chemical energy. What is chemical energy? Energy is actually the glucose, starch or carbohydrates that the plants are actually producing. So as you can see, the transformation of energy happens here from light energy into chemical energy. So that is also the one of the example of first law of thermodynamics. Then the third example is in the case of the diesel engine, the burnt fuel either becomes thermal energy or mechanical energy. The conservation of energy principle defined by the first law of thermodynamics says that when all of the fuel's energy is released by burning in the engine's cylinders, it doesn't disappear. What do they mean actually? Okay, diesel engine is something that is found in vehicles like cars and bus and lorries. So the fuel that is being burnt in a diesel engine like cars, in the vehicles, the process the fuel is being burned, that energy is being converted into thermal energy. Thermal energy is actually heat, also known as heat, and mechanical energy, which provides energy for the car and also makes the car to function. So the burning of the diesel or petroleum in vehicles is very important. So the transformation of energy happens there also. Okay, burnt and they convert it into thermal energy or mechanical energy. Fourth example is nozzles and diffusers. Changing the velocity of a fluid changes its kinetic energy. The nozzle converts the pressure energy of a stream into its kinetic energy, and as a result, the velocity of the stream increases. A diffuser converts high speed, low pressure flow to low speed and high pressure flow. Jet engines use diffusers to slow down the air entering the engine and nozzles to accelerate the exhaust to provide greater thrust. Okay, jet engine is something is a part of airplane. So jet engines will use diffusers to actually slow down the velocity of the air but increase their pressure. When they're entering, they will use the diffuser, but when the air is being expelled out, they will use nozzles to accelerate the exhaust, meaning that it will be high velocity, low pressure when they are exiting the jet engines to provide greater thrust so that the plane can take off. Okay, this is all examples of first law. It's actually the base, the same thing, but it's being used in different ways, different parts in our life. Okay, now we'll be entering into the questions and answers session. The first question is: a gas has constant pressure in a system. There is a loss of 45 joule. Loss means it's automatically, you know that 45 joule of heat. So heat is equals to Q. So loss of heat is negative 45 joule. 450 joule of work is done onto the system, meaning the W is equals to negative 450 joule. How do you know the W is? Because they have stated it very clear that 450 joule of work. So the W is actually negative 450 joule. Find the system's internal energy. So you have to use this information and substitute them in the formula. So negative 45 joule negative, this is the formula. So negative minus 450 will be a positive sign. So negative 45 joule plus 450 joule will give you a positive 405 joule. So the internal energy is in a positive sign, positive 405 joule. So the second question is: at 1 bar pressure, the volume of gas is 0.6 liter. If the gas receives 122 joule of heat at 1 atm, the volume becomes 2 liters. Then calculate its internal energy. Okay, the most important thing is, no no information is provided for fun. Okay, in any thermodynamics question or any physics related questions, no information is provided for fun, meaning that each and every information that is being provided in a question has a function. So first thing you have to derive you have to derive all the information that is given. So P is equals to 1 bar, volume 1 0.6 liter, volume 2 is actually is 2 liter, and then 1 liter bar is equals to 101.32 joule. So you have to take note this little information that they have given up. So delta V, which is change in volume, V2 minus V1, 2 minus 0.6, 1.4 liter. So 1 liter bar is equals to 101.32 joule. Now the formula is W is equals to P times delta V. So 1 bar, just now you know that the P was given 1 bar. Okay, so the formula is P 1 bar. 1 bar times with 1.4 liter, you will get 1.4 liter bar, and just now it was given that 1 liter bar is equals to 101.32 joule. So W is equals to 1.4 liter bar times with 101.32 joule. So what you will get, 141.85 joule. So that is the W. Then work is done by the system. How do you know that the work is done by the system? Because the W that you have gotten after the calculation is positive 1.85. So it means that work is done by the system. And then heat obtained by the system, because it was provided that Q is equals to receives 122 joule of heat. So it is Q. So the delta U, the formula is delta U is equals to Q minus W. So 122 joule minus 1 for 1.85 joule, because this is the formula. Minus positive minus, so negative 19.85 joule. The internal energy is negative 19.85 joule. So we have reached the end of the video. I've only provided 2 questions, but you can try and do a lot more questions on your own. So I hope that whatever information that I've provided regarding the first law of thermodynamics is enough for you to understand the basic concept and how it works in our daily lives and all that. So that is all from me now. Thank you so much for listening to coming until the end of this video. Thank you. Bye.